We have Sarah Rose right here beside us. She spoke to the executive producer of Good Morning America, Tom Sobrowski, about how he keeps his correspondents and his anchors looking camera ready on Skype. Not easy.
Right. Well, first of all, he's using Skype every day on Good Morning America. It's something I think we don't know at home, but it has become so integrated into television that they've actually figured out how to make the thing you have at home on your desktop or laptop look like professional TV.
And it's certainly very cost effective to be doing that. We do it here on lunch break as well. Now, Tom, they've become sort of a master of this over at Good Morning America. In terms of lighting, what's sort of his #1 tip about lighting? That's always the
backlighting is everything.
Backlighting.
He says, bring in extra lamps. You'll look like you're in a cave. You're going to look sinister. And it's not good. More lighting than you think you need. The camera needs more light to see you.
And what about up front? Do you need light in the front of your face as well?
You need light on the front, you need light from behind. Right overhead is not going to flatter you, and also up from below isn't going to be very good.
Well, you avoid that hostage situation look if you have that. Now, what about in terms of your the speed? Because this is always the thing that gets dicey when people are not on a Skype situation where the connection's fast enough.
Right. Well, he says that it's not your download speed. It's not how fast you can get Angry Birds onto your computer. It is your upload speed that needs checking. And there are a bunch of sites on the internet that can test your upload speed. And if there's a problem, if you notice that your Skype calls are jumpy, if they're cutting out, if the sound and the visual aren't connected, then you can call your internet service provider and talk to them about what to do.
Now, you yourself, you says you have a difficult Skype connection, and you were a very good sport this morning. We shot you there, and it's sort of what not to do with Skype. Is that right? Good sport again. Let's roll that now.
Okay, so I'm not centered. I'm in my bathrobe. The lighting isn't very flattering, and there's not enough of it. The background is completely, it's a mess. And there are all these things. There's like a vodka bottle in the background.
Vodka bottle in the background. Did you bring a present for me on lunch break?
This is for you. This
for
is
our
on my
liquid
desk.
lunch.
And I mean, but there are other things in my desk. The thing about Skype is there are things you do want to promote. For instance,
but this is not one of them. The fact that you're drinking at 10 a.m. in the morning,
that.
Or in Good Morning America's case, at 7 a.m.
Right.
So,
but for instance, the best book on corporate espionage ever written
by Sarah
Rose.
Yes,
you
nice
might want to
plug,
promote
very smart. Right, exactly.
You don't necessarily want your old coffee mug. This was also not in the shot, but on the desk. That's full of gross coffee.
So clutter in general is a no-no. And what did Tom say about having things moving in the background? I mean, because sometimes you'll see like people walking by on the street. It's distracting.
It is absolutely distracting. If your kids are coming by, close the door. Try and have a sort of background that nobody's focusing on. You are the center of attention. You are the thing that you want people to pay attention to.
And if people are using Skype sort of in an interview situation, they always are asking, how long do I talk for? Because they don't really have that sort of face-to-face where if you need to, time's running out, you know, somebody else can sort of say, all right, thanks for being here. What's the rule of thumb from Tom?
I think anybody who's been on a conference call knows that it's easy to tune out. And you want a conversation, keep your answers under 20 seconds.
All right. Any other advice that you thought was good you picked up?
Well, especially at the holidays, a lot of people are going to have their kids Skyping to grandparents and Skyping to family and relatives. And he mentioned that kids especially are hard with technology. They're mesmerized by the screen, and Skype typically puts up two windows, the people you're talking to and a visual of you. He says close out the visual of you. The kid is just going to spend all day staring at himself and not talking to his grandparents. He also said with all that extra lighting on you, you might sweat, you might schwitz a bit, and men might want to consider powdering, especially if they're follicularly challenged.